Hi.
Yeah, so it's just a chat.
It's just a chat between two people who don't know each other.
Nope, talking about anything. I'm Josh.
And I'm Meg.
Said Josh.
Meg.
Yeah.
Meg, short for Megan. If you call me Megan, I'll find you.
I see that was something. So, and we'll get into the fact that we barely know each other.
Mm-hmm.
But like people were calling you Meg at work, and then I was like, you don't meet too many Megans that want to go by Meg.
Well, I feel like the problem is there's just too many Megans out there.
So that's why you do Meg?
Don't even get me started on spelling. Please.
There's only like two ways to spell Megan.
Incorrect.
Oh, I guess some people throw the H in there.
And they throw the Megan. Like, why are we adding an extra A?
Yeah.
And I refuse. Like, if I see somebody spelled Megan with an H, I call them Meghan. If I see somebody with Megan spelled with an A, like an extra A, I say Megan. I've seen it spelled Magan.
Magan?
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
But I still feel with all the spellings, you just don't see a lot of Megs.
Yeah. Right. I like to be different.
I know. But
but
the issue is when you said when she likes to be called Meg, my head instantly, and there also is an age difference between us. So I'm 35.
I'm 23.
Yeah, so that's gonna play into the things.
Sure.
But I instantly go to Family Guy, and then I just think, "Shut up, Meg." And so like,
oh, you know what I used to get a lot from Drake and Josh?
Okay,
Megan, all the time.
So maybe that's why you hate Megan, unless you went by Meg.
No, so my parents actually call me May.
Okay.
Like Megan, but then they say if my mother says Megan,
you're in trouble.
I am in deep shit. Like it's for real.
That's mine for Joshua.
It's about to go down.
Yeah.
Like we're about to brawl.
Yeah.
Everybody, my dad calls me May, my brother calls me May. Everybody calls me, like in my direct family, everybody calls me May. So if you ever come to a family event and you hear Meg, you're like, who the hell is that?
Yeah, but I think someone's name is M-A-Y, May.
M-A-Y. I guess it would be M-A-E if you had to shorten Megan.
That is. Also there, yeah. Actually, I know M-A-E.
Right?
There's an old lady, she might be dead. R.I.P. Because she was old when I was watching wrestling.
As we talk about you on our podcast.
Mae Young, shout out, R.I.P.
Yes. But no, we don't know each other. We work together. That's how we met. Josh joined my department a couple of months ago.
Yes.
It's not mine. I do not own it.
You were so confident.
It's not mine.
But the department you worked in.
The department I work in. Am I fired? Did they not tell me? If I gotta go in on Monday, they're gonna be like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, because no one knows what your name is anyways.
No one knows who I am. I'm a shadow.
Yeah, I moved over to the department that you currently work in, that I currently work in.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say we worked together on a project when I was in my other role, like one time, and it was like a year more so ago.
Yeah.
But I still don't know like how long you've worked there.
You know what's so strange
of that.
So strange. I remember when we worked on that project and you came into into the department and you sat at my desk. I was just like instantly like so chill. Like you were just so chill. You're so like nice and like easy to talk to. I was like, oh my God, I love this guy.
Am I supposed to not be nice?
Well, it's not that. I mean, like meeting a new person at work, like, I mean, obviously we were professional, but like
you don't know. And also like, I don't know, in your own departments, you get kind of in your own like bubble.
In your own zone. Yeah. So it was interesting and we did well. And then you moved over and we both, I don't even know how, started talking about how we both wanted to do social media and how we wanted to like, do a podcast. And you're like, oh, let's do it.
Well, like, I think what helped is that my wife and I did YouTube many years ago.
Right.
So I was like, oh, like if you're like, that's a thing that I would love to get back into doing.
And I should also say we have way too much fun at work.
Correct.
We laugh all day. We crack jokes all day. People look at us and probably think that we're crazy and we don't do anything.
Yeah.
But we just have fun.
Correct.
And I think that's how we knew that it would actually...
It was like, why, like, talk about that stuff here.
Yes. Why don't we bring that energy here? And we are. And
exactly.
Here we are now.
So, yeah.
So we set this up in your home.
Yes, we are in my home.
You let me put nails in your wall.
Yes, and screws. So we had 6 pictures, 3 nails. I have a whole bunch of screws.
Yes.
I only brought down the hammer and those things. Didn't bring down a drill.
No.
We had the screwdriver.
So I incorrectly learned how to... if my
hang up
father
pictures.
hears that, he's going to lose his mind
Yeah,
that we didn't use a drill.
So we just hung the pictures, eyeballed the screw, put a little thing there, and then I just took the screwdriver, get a little
hole
going
in there.
and then put the screw in.
The pictures from hell, might I add.
Correct.
Absolute.
Because you had a horrible time.
I had the most anxiety-ridden time. Put upon myself, might I say, because Josh might not know this, but I mean, we're good obviously we're very organized workers in the office, but sometimes obviously this is a new thing, we're super excited and starting it, but I only have the mental capacity to focus on one day at a time. But so I got really nervous, and I was just yeah, we'll get there. So I decided that yesterday was a good time.
The day before we're recording this.
The day before we're recording this right now to do this. And so I had to send them. I had to do a bunch of online orders. I had to do, it was insane. So the story with these, now listen. First of all, I want you to know that the drugstore that I printed these on, I had to go on their website and upload the photos. I want you to know that it took me 45 minutes.
Which is not a surprise because I've done pictures and
where I got these printed.
The whole thing is it's not like you have really photo place in a drugstore anymore.
Not in this, yeah.
Right? So they just say, well, we're going to make this the most
complicated
way because where else are you going to go?
Where else are you going to
go? That's
or you can order them online.
Shutterfly or whatever.
Yeah, Shutterfly, and you can wait 2 weeks to get your pictures.
Correct, which they'll come all nice, but...
They do, and they always come really nice. I ordered pictures from there from my apartment. But anyway, so I decided...
We didn't have time for that because you procrastinated.
I procrastinated so much so that I had to put these on. I had to do it yesterday. I needed same-day printing. I absolutely needed it because then I also came here right after work. So I there was no time today to do it. It had to be yesterday. So I spent 45 minutes trying to upload these pictures. I also want to point out the reason that it took me so long is because the person that I bought these pictures off of put all of the pictures in one PDF. So I could not save them. So I had to individually screenshot each photo.
But but that just doesn't make sense when you're buying images.
Right.
And for them to come not in a down
and I had to download the PDF, which took forever. By the way,
they're full
prints,
colorful.
And they're beautiful and they're really cool. If you're watching this, thank you so much for sending them to me. But next time,
just don't send them in one PDF,
right? Because you can't just click and save. You have to go through. So anyway, so I do that. It takes me 45 minutes to put the order in. They say, and they were ready in an hour. I was super stoked. So I do that, and then after work, I had to go pick up the frames.
Ready, and no one's back there. They're just going through a computer.
Yeah, no, they hand printed these. They did. They spent so much time, their blood, sweat, and tears into it. Just the same amount of blood, sweat, and tears it took me to upload them to their website. And so I go and I get there, and I was really overwhelmed because I had a bunch of other running around to do. So I'm like, this is going to be, but I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to go. I'm going to get my pictures. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be awesome. I get to the drugstore and I get there and there's one person in line and I'm like, thank God. But then I get in line and I'm like, I'm hungry. I need a snack. So I'm like, okay, literally I take 3 steps out of the line. It was right there. I had to just turn and burn, grab my snack and get back in line. By the time I turned back around, 4 people in front of me. So
I wouldn't get out of line.
Well, again, I did. So.
I think my commitment
to the process,
I think I would have went around twice.
You think?
Yeah.
Until you were waiting in line for 25 minutes already. I would have just walked out and then I would have been starved. And to be fair, when I get to the end of this story, if I had to do what I had to do without
you would
food,
have been
I would have been
starved.
Everybody stay out of my way. It would have been awful. So I'm okay. There's her people in line. I'm like, okay, it's fine, Megan. Be a civilized human being. It's fine. So then I'm watching the lady at the register, and she is processing 5 coupons, one after the other, and I can tell the cashier.
Does she have a lot?
No, It's a drugstore. How much are you? I mean, I guess,
You
but
could
they don't
get-
even have big bags there. They have like those little stupid bags. Like, how
Correct.
much are you gonna fit? 20 of them?
Well, and I should. And fun fact: my first job ever was at a drugstore.
Oh, the drugstore we're talking about
No,
God,
this
that
drug.
would've been
Actually, I can
good.
say I work. It was called Eckerd Drugs.
in Plains.
No, up here in the
Oh.
town that I currently live.
There was one. There was one where I grew up. That
Okay.
would have been crazy.
Yeah, that would have been wild. But
Holy
no, I
smokes.
lived in this town.
Yeah.
So I get it, but people come with a lot of stuff. We
That's
had
true,
carts.
I guess.
We had carts.
I did not see any cards here.
Okay, she didn't have a lot.
0%.
She didn't have a lot.
5 coupons, and the cashier was like, "Jesus,
Yeah.
get me out of here."
He's
And
done.
I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm about to cut the line. Okay, I'm starved. I need to get up there. I procrastinate. I need to get my shit, and I have to leave. So she does that. Then he's like, "Okay, here's your total," and she's like, "Oh, perfect." Then proceeds to pull out gift cards on top of her coupons. Cards, like physical, like they were multiple. How many? I don't know. I know for a fact there were 5 coupons because I watched, but when she pulled out the card, I was like, I'm done. I cannot watch this anymore.
And
It's
it
just
seems like
too
they
much.
are not reloadable.
No.
So that's why it's just.
Yeah, definitely not. So she finishes that. I'm not kidding. At this point, like I was waiting in line like 20, 25 minutes because she was also, no tea, no shade. She was elderly. So she was also moving at the speed of a slug. She
Correct.
could not.
And not that.
That's fine.
That's fine.
But I have
We all
places
have
to be.
grandparents. I don't. But
I didn't know that. I don't know you.
No, you don't know who I am.
I don't know you.
Yeah.
Whose house am I in?
I don't. I have not had.
Also, this is, I mean,
teenager?
obviously we know each other, but like, I don't know you. And like, I just willingly drank from your like drinks. I ate the food that you provided to me, and I came into your basement. I would be the first to die in a horror film.
For sure.
That's like step 1.
But
everything that you're not supposed to do as a woman, I did.
But there was a baby upstairs.
There was a baby, and I did hold the baby. And
So
he's very cute.
you were like, okay, well, at least if there's a baby, maybe I won't get murdered.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whose baby is that?
But it would be awkward for work on Monday if you didn't show up. And we said we were going to film a podcast.
Josh is just sitting there like tediously like, oh my
That's
God, what
the
did I do?
podcast. It's my murder mystery podcast. And
Yeah,
I'm the
who
murderer.
killed her?
I'm the murderer.
Yes.
And I take through the whole journey.
This is taking me back to my dreams. I didn't finish the story. So anyways, so I get up to the counter and I'm like, thank God I'm here. So I check out, he scans my snacks. I said, okay, I also have a pickup order for pictures. And I see all this stuff and I see boxes because I printed these out as posters. So I see like the big boxes that I'm assuming would be posters. And he said, okay, like, what's your name? And I give him my last name. And he's like, he goes back and he's like, don't have it. And I said, huh? My heart racing, instantly enraged. Just want to eat my snack and get my pictures.
Because it's his fault.
It is. Who are you to do this to me?
He only works there.
He only works there.
That's his
Get
all
it to him.
day. Not all day, actually.
And dealing
Part of his day.
dealing with people like me who are hangry. I'm normally a nice person. If I don't have food in my system, you need ASAP. Like we
Let's
need
go.
food now.
Yeah.
It's the first thing I said to you when you said, "Oh, come up right after work." I said, "We're gonna have food."
Yeah, without even, and this is the good thing about working together and just being like more comfortable. Like there was no like, hey, are you gonna have anything?
No.
It was like, hey, you have to order something, or it's
It's because I'm Italian. So by nature, if I'm doing anything around, like my life revolves around food. It revolves
Correct.
around a meal. Like if we're doing something, what kind of food are we gonna have? Are we having people over? Order double of whatever we thought we would need because we
Yes.
have to make sure we have enough. That is just how I was raised. Everything like
I
you
mean,
do
you've
something
seen
when you're doing
like
for
the
food.
videos where people have like 5 dinner entrees
Yeah.
for just like
That's
the appetizer.
Yeah, that's my Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, like the whole 9. Like that's, you should see our dinner. Like we have, at this point, I think we have 9 people. We can easily feed 15.
See, but that would stress me out.
Maybe
with my
more.
Picky eating, which we'll get it.
You don't, you would not be able to eat at
No, oh my gosh, I would never
the
go
Italian
anywhere
house.
for any Italian house because
Yeah,
I hate
God.
tomatoes and hate red sauce.
Honestly, not that much tomatoes going on, if I'm being honest.
Isn't that
Like
literally-
not like well, I mean in sauce, but like not like freshly cut tomatoes.
Well, no, I don't eat tomato sauce.
or tomatoes.
Yeah,
Got
none
it.
of it. So
So I get to the counter
get the guy.
and I say
he's failing.
He's failing miserably. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't have it? I said, well, funny you say that. I have a confirmation email. So I pull it up.
With all the sass.
With all the sass. So I'm like looking at, and something just tells me, go to the bottom and look at the address. So I look at the address and I'm looking and I'm like, I don't think that's like the town
store.
that I'm in. I'm like, by chance, funny, is this the address? And he's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, perfect. So then I ask him like, where it is. And he tells me, and it turns out it was 25 minutes. Yep. So I essentially added an hour to my trip. That should have realistically been like a 45-minute
possibly
round.
More. I mean, you got 25 minutes down, 25 minutes of just driving, traffic, the time you wasted waiting in line.
Oh, yeah. But I did get my snack.
You still paid for it.
That I still paid for.
It would have been amazing if you just were like, screw it, and you just threw the snack down. But that's not you. That's
me get rid of food.
No.
No. Yeah, but I did. I got my purple Doritos, my sweet chili hot. I don't know, the purple ones with the flames on it.
Yeah.
I learned you don't.
I don't love them.
Do you like them?
I don't think so.
Like,
I remember having them, and I wasn't impressed.
Really?
Correct, but I also don't. See, I'm picky. I like flavor, but I didn't care for that. I didn't care for that flavor.
You didn't care for that flavor. So what?
Nacho cheese.
Okay.
At the top.
Wow.
And I kind of was thinking Cool Ranch number 2, but like also
that is so gross.
I don't. What?
That's so gross. When I think of Cool Ranch Doritos, I just have flashbacks to like preschool parties of like smelly kids running around a ball pit with it all over their hands.
With the picky eating, maybe they're so fresh for me in my head because I didn't have a Cool Ranch Dorito until middle school or high school. So
we're really diving in.
Yeah, because I was just so nervous about being a picky eater and not liking them. And then a kid had one on the bus, and then he's like, "You should try it." And literally, I'm almost transporting myself back there. I think my head exploded.
So you think that was your changing point?
Yeah.
I have to
just
ask,
for Cool Ranch, nothing else.
Just for Cool Ranch, the worst, by the way, and I will die on that hill. The purple ones are the best ones. I haven't tried now. There is the Blue Heat ones.
I've never had those.
Is that what it is, or are those the Takis? I know Takis also have Blue Heat.
I think Takis have Blue Heat.
I think Doritos just launched a blue one too, like a blue spicy one.
Didn't they launch a spicy Cool Ranch? I think it is.
Oh my God. Doritos, I'm coming for you.
I think they might have.
Oh no, that's terrible. They should not have done that. That's the worst decision they've ever made. I'm going to go back and build their business model and tell them, you frigged up.
Yeah, because they're doing horrible without you.
Everyone is doing horrible without me.
I hear you.
I want to talk about your picky eating just because we're talking about food now. When did you realize that you had this problem?
This ability?
Yeah. When did you know you were troubled?
I guess, I don't know. Like, I wasn't a chicken finger and fries.
I'm going to stop you right there. What do you mean?
My mom would feed me all this stuff as a kid and everything. Right. And then, I don't know, like, it has to be 2nd, 3rd grade. I don't know, whenever you start really having memories of, like...
Yeah.
Like, remembering food and, like, being anxious about, like, friends asking me to stay over for dinner and what are they going to have.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, so I was one of those kids, like, hey, do you want to stay over? And be like, what are you having? but not in a, like, ooh, what are you having? But, like...
So...
But if it was like spaghetti and sauce, I'd be like, oh, I got to get home.
Yeah. Oh, suddenly you're not feeling well. Suddenly family emergency, can't be here.
Yes.
So what are your hard, like, tell me the hard no's, like right off the top of your head, things that you absolutely do not do.
So condiments for sure. Pretty much all condiments.
Okay.
But ketchup is number 1. It's literally the worst condiment ever invented.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
in the presence of a Satanist, I think.
Red sauces.
Yeah.
Dressings on salad, no salad dressing.
Which He's not lying. I have witnessed this. I have witnessed this at work when you bring this dry ass
But
salad
I
with
add
nothing
Parmesan
on it.
cheese on it.
That does not add moisture. It's literally dry chicken, dry lettuce, dry, just dry. And Parmesan is also, newsflash, dry cheese. So, like, you're literally eating sand. I don't
It's not
understand.
sand. I have
Can
this
I
argument.
tell them my favorite lunch that you ever brought?
Okay, I think I know which one.
Just plain white rice with nothing in it.
That was a
And
good time.
And nothing
I
on
had
it.
extra white rice from dinner.
Did you
then
put Parmesan cheese on that too? Did you put salt and
No.
pepper on it?
salt, but
What
and
is
I'm not
happening?
against pepper, but I just didn't.
Okay.
I did try Parmesan cheese on rice. Not that great.
It's called risotto.
Do you
That's like rice and cheese.
and like cream and whatever? Do you want to hear one of the worst things I ever made when my picky brain turned into a non-picky brain because I became obsessed with food?
Yeah.
So I got obsessed with blue cheese crumbles because of like a black and blue
Okay.
burger.
Got it.
So I had a whole thing, and I was like, man, you know what else I could go for? A quesadilla. So I made
No.
a blue cheese
No.
crumble quesadilla.
Oh, Joshua.
It smelled so bad. It
Oh, God.
tasted so bad.
Why would you think that was a good idea?
I have a really, really good friend who still gives me crap to this day. Like, I took the picture and sent it to her, and I was like,
disgusting.
look what I'm having for dinner. And yeah,
That's
it was
bad.
It was gross.
That's really bad. So like, and I know with pizza, you can only have pizza that has the perfect cheese to sauce ratio.
Correct. And if it doesn't, then you have to get extra cheese.
Extra cheese to balance it out.
But
You'd
the place
rather
we got
have
today
more
is
cheese.
a perfect cheese to sauce.
That was
ratio.
honestly top pizza that I had.
Exactly.
Today.
And there was no extra. I don't have to tell them anything.
It's just that they make it perfectly.
That's how they
every
make it all the time.
So I really am curious. What's it like not enjoying life at all?
I do. You know what? And I give this argument that I enjoy food the way that it was meant and like made.
Right.
You guys have to add all this extra stuff to make it taste better because you have horrible palates.
I would argue that adding stuff makes us adventurous and makes us like want to eat and try more
I'm
things.
a purist.
You also like can't go out to a purist.
Of the pure
Bullshit.
food. Of the pure food. And how it's meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't like if you go out to restaurants, like that's hard because then you have to figure out.
I pre-look at every menu before, unless I know the place.
That's. I mean, okay, I do that too, but just because I like literally everything.
Yeah, when you want to decide what you want to eat.
Right.
Mine's what do I want to get that it will enjoy, and the least amount of things I have to tell them not to put on it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I don't like to be difficult. I don't really want my food spit in. So I'm always extra polite, and I'm always just like, I'll be like, oh, burger, just meat and cheese or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, I'm a picky guy.
Yeah.
And like do that whole like, ha ha ha.
And then they look at you and they're like, wow, we really hope you get hit by a car when you walk
yeah, pretty
out of
much.
here.
Pretty much.
Sometimes, I mean, sometimes you bring food and I'm like, wow, like that's it's sad. Like you don't like hot sauce?
No.
That's crazy.
I tried from the place around here, Miller's Ale House.
Okay. That's a good place.
Yes. They have a mild sauce.
Okay.
And I tried a dab of it and it was really good.
Okay.
So I'll get a side of it.
Yeah.
And then like
maybe like a little French fry, something.
No, just the chicken. I wouldn't put a French fry in it. I'm not
you
that
have
adventurous.
to try a French fry in the mild. It's the best. Dip the French fry in blue cheese.
No,
and
I've never
then
had
mild
blue
sauce.
cheese. I've only had blue cheese crumbles. I swear to God.
That doesn't make any
I
sense.
swear to God. And
That doesn't make any sense.
I'll never try blue cheese.
Wow. What is something that you never like? What is the most thing? What is like the? I don't know how to say this. The thing that the people give you most shit about for never having.
I think the dressing is one where they're really surprised.
I mean, that's
because I've never had dressing
ever.
Like
not even ranch.
Nope. So
it's
I
America's favorite.
I think that one, just because everybody puts dressing on their salad.
Everybody.
Now there's the salad place.
Red Leaf.
Yes. And they offer under dressings half a lemon squeezed. And I do that. And so I had got an argument with my friend, same friend that yelled at me about the blue cheese crumble quesadilla.
Yeah.
And I said, look at this dressing that I'm trying.
It's a lemon.
It's half a lemon.
It
she
is
said
half a
and she said
lemon.
it's not a dressing, but I said it's underneath the dressing, so it counts.
Then they put a lot of toppings on their salads. So like
They
for
do.
you to only have a lemon, that's crazy.
What do you mean only a lemon? I have other things on the salad.
No, I know, but like that's so many toppings to only have a little bit of lemon juice.
But it's not. What do you mean?
It's not enough.
It's
Not enough moisture.
It is.
My thing is,
I did try a whole lemon.
that's too much.
That was way too much.
It's too much. I like extra of everything. Extra dressing, extra gravy, extra pasta sauce, extra.
See, but mine's
Extra,
a
extra,
texture
extra.
thing too, so I don't want the texture of the dressing.
Do you like tuna salad?
No.
Wow.
It's that, but I think more people agree with me with that being
You
disgusting.
think? I love tuna salad. I love tuna salad, chicken salad. I love like cut up like the same type of serrated like salmon.
Well, and I say all this, and I've never tried one bite ever in my entire life.
See, that's where you really got me on that because how do you know?
Because I just know.
You don't know.
I
bet
know.
you $10 you would freaking love tuna salad.
No.
Yes.
It literally looks like cat vomit.
Well,
It looks like cat vomit.
it is. I mean, really, cats eat tuna.
You seem happy about this.
It's so good. I don't care. You can put tuna salad on the floor. I'd look it up. I love tuna salad.
I think it's the most vile, disgusting thing ever.
I don't agree with you at all. I find it so interesting that you're so picky and that you didn't eat chicken tenders and fries when you were a kid. I'm bringing it back to that.
And I will clear, I did, but I just wasn't obsessed with them.
That's
So-
crazy. I've been obsessed with chicken tenders and french fries from birth until now.
I think I think I
am.
would still get that at a restaurant when I was like younger and picky, but like
You got that with me at Chick-fil-A the other day. I'm exposing you.
well, but that's also we were going to a hockey game, and if I eat like a sandwich, you get the Chick-fil-A tummy ache sometimes.
Oh, yeah, the tummy
So
aches. They're
like
not
I
good.
went not because with the sandwich I get the spicy sandwich.
With no mayo.
Yeah, nothing. Or I get it with just cheese, and sometimes I'll add bacon.
What? Now with coffee, you're okay with like that kind of stuff. Now, do you like coffee like whipped cream? Do you like
Coffee with whipped cream.
Yeah.
I mean, I would,
Like,
but who drinks
what-
that on a daily basis?
All right, now shut up. My Starbucks order has freaking whipped cream on it.
But that's just a pile of sugar. Your health is your wealth, Meg.
And I'm going downhill fast, baby. I have been on a steady decline.
So actually what we should bring to work on Monday is a can of whipped cream for you to put in your coffee every morning.
Except, Josh, I want you to tell everybody why I'm better than you.
Because she is now obsessed with the fact that she drinks coffee
Because I'm better than everybody else.
without any milk or creamer.
I'm better than everybody else.
Side note, she doesn't know this either. Drank my coffee this morning without any creamer in it.
So proud of
Exactly.
you. I'm still better than you.
Well, because I'm trying to look out for my health.
For your health. Your health is
Yes.
your wealth. I mean, I just can't. I'm really trying to cut dairy because of my belly.
Dairy's a rough one.
Hot girls have tummy issues. It's like a thing. Look it on TikTok.
And also for the fact, I mean, it's pretty much a given that we know now that we're not actually supposed to have dairy.
Yes.
Humans are not supposed to have dairy.
Oh, you told me that. That's so interesting. I did
Yeah.
not know that.
The fact that people are able to process dairy
is a mystery.
Is the
problem.
yes.
Like, so I am not the challenged one.
No, you're what our world and our bodies should be.
Wow.
And the people that have adapted because of Darwin.
Things I really don't need is an ego boost. So you're kind of giving me that right now.
Well,
No.
okay, like half of America also has stomach issues with dairy, so
Not as bad as mine. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
this podcast is getting personal.
Oh, we can talk all about it.
Yeah.
No.
Tell us your stomach issues.
Oh God, they're so bad. I had to go to the doctor. It was like
Yeah.
a whole thing. I did though. I'm so proud. I don't know if people like if you experience this, like getting like genuine anxiety about like having to follow up with doctors. Like that's terrifying to me.
Yeah. No, I had to return a call that I missed to the doctor the other day. And
Yeah.
I waited a whole nother day to do it because
It's just awful. I can't. I don't know. It's really. But I did it. I did the test. I'm a big girl. I did it.
yeah, I
23
definitely
years old.
thought your gallbladder was going to come out.
That
was my
were
vote.
no.
That was my number one vote.
You were convinced I had a freaking ulcer.
No, that was that was number
I will
one.
say that's the reason that I did go to the doctors because Josh told me that I had an ulcer and I was so scared to have one. I was like,
either
oh,
that
God.
or gallbladder because my
Could be.
wife had her gallbladder out.
That's
and I was
right.
like, ooh, that pain sounded like, but
sound pretty familiar.
yeah.
No, my gallbladder test came back
And you don't have an ulcer.
I don't have an ulcer. The doctor, I literally told him, I said, my coworker convinced me that I have an ulcer. And he was like, you don't. And I was like, you didn't even touch me. He was like, you don't have one. He's like, you'd have like so many other issues.
I thought I had the ulcer.
Mm-hmm.
I was like talking a lot. I remember. I was like, oh, I like this pain. And I'm like stressed and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. and now I'm wondering with what you said about yours, and I have never thought about this until this moment, and I've told so many people I had an ulcer.
Okay.
I was like, oh, this was causing me so much stress. I had such an ulcer. She might have just given me over-the-counter antacid to get me out. And like, if it really was, then I would have been back like 2 or 3 days later.
Like, Jesus,
but
Lord,
I think
I'm still in pain.
I think she just gave me simple over-the-counter antacid.
She wanted you out of there so bad.
So
she was
bad.
like, this guy's so... My doctor was very kind.
Yeah, no.
If you're watching, thank you for your help.
She, I might have seen her for 2 minutes.
That's crazy. 2 minutes?
Maybe.
And she determined in 2 minutes that you had a freaking ulcer?
Well, I think she just said, yeah.
Shit, I'm going to be a doctor.
Yeah, honey. And then...
yeah, honey.
And I sent your prescription in, and you're good to go.
Wow.
And then they still get their money, though, even if I didn't have an ulcer.
They get their money. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's just a chat.